Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big One Gaming here. Welcome to the finale of our zero overall dynasty. As you can see on the screen, we have our two national championships already won. We just now need another Heisman, and then our top 10 classes. And I would probably just simulate for those, and I will update everyone on the seasons that we were in. Stats for everybody on the season, as well as their careers. Once we get to that. So, speaking of stats and everything, let's take a look at the season stats of our national championship team. Kyle Cooper, almost 5,000 passing yards, 48 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Rushing wise, Spencer Raina, 2,260 yards with 25 touchdowns, was insane. Even Lyles had 688 yards on the ground, and Kyle Cooper added 531 on the ground with 9 touchdowns himself. Receiving wise, Marquis Stacy, 2,400 yards, 23 touchdowns. Spencer Raina, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. Defensive wise, Morris, Priester, and Jack all had 100 tackles. Boger led the team with 32 tackles for a loss. Dickinson led the team with 12.5 sacks. Shakir had 11 interceptions, and Schubert had 9, which is just insane. We had a ton of forced fumbles on the season, ton of fumble recoveries on the season. We didn't have any safeties, but we did have multiple defensive touchdowns, with Jack having 2, Schubert, Kohler, Riegert, Shakir, and Dickinson all having that as well for touchdowns. Kicking-wise, we only missed 1 field goal, and we made all of our extra points. So we actually had a really good kicker this year as well. Then we can look at awards, of course. After that, we'll do this every season. Spencer Raina was the player of the year, along with Stacy and Cooper being at 3 and 4. Head coach of the year was us, so that's always nice. We also got the best quarterback, best defensive player with Dickinson, best defensive back with Jack. We had the top 5 corners in the league. Spencer Raina, best running back. Marquis Stacy, best wide receiver. We did not get the best defensive lineman, nor the golden arm, because we don't have a senior quarterback. Nor defensive end, nor interior O-line, nor tight end. Well, Benjamin was 8, but Lloyd Darr, assistant coach of the year, and then this guy was our offensive coordinator of the year. Dickinson, best linebacker. We did not have the best center, nor the best kicker, even though we only missed 1 field goal, which is kind of weird. But we didn't have a punter on there. No special teams returner, and that will be it for that. So now it's all about getting as many people as we can for recruiting-wise, which we just got a couple more 3-stars, which is nice. That should add on to the recruiting class itself. And, of course, we get our Big Ten Players of the Week, along with the other stuff because of the national win, or the winning the Natty. And now we are CEO unlocked. Too bad we're not going to win that. But taking a look at the Heisman winner, and of course, it is Spencer Raina having the 2,000-yard season. So that is another goal done. That is 3 Heisman trophies on the season, or in this dynasty here. And if we look now at career stats, Kyle Cooper's now in his sophomore year. But rushing-wise, Spencer Raina in his senior season, 5,500 yards and 60 touchdowns. Spencer Lyles still has another year left on the team. Martino didn't really play with us too much, but Martino did have 523 yards and 16 touchdowns. He had a lot of close-range touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Marquis Stacy had over 8,000 receiving yards with 97 touchdowns. Spencer Raina also had 1,500 receiving yards and 16 touchdowns. Do we have any more seniors? We do have Martino, but that's about it. And we do have Bohannon, but Bohannon really didn't do anything. He had 1 catch for 11 yards. Defensive-wise, Morse with 372. Jack still has 1 more year. He's got 231 with 11 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 11 picks on the season. And Morse had 18, and Shakir had 15. So very, very good job from our corners. Getting a lot of interceptions and a lot of tackles. Sacks, Gardoki in his senior season. He's leaving us after 27 sacks and 146 tackles. Boger, 18 sacks, 182 tackles. Dickinson's leaving us 16.5 with 244. Morris is already leaving us. Priester's leaving us 5.5, 220 tackles, 228 tackles as well. So very, very good job from him. Our kicker's leaving us 83% from field goal, 100% for extra points. So good job from him. And our punter is a freshman. So we are all good from there. So now I do need to show the top 10 classes. We have one so far. We're looking for our second one, and we need 5 of them. But first, we have our players leaving. And, of course, it's going to be a lot of people. Yeah, Reyna, 3rd-round draft pick. Priester, 6th-round draft pick. Morris, 6th-round draft pick. There's no way that Marquis Stacy is just going as a graduate. That's wild. Only 80 overall is kind of weird for him, though. But Spencer Reyna is a 90, Priester is an 89, and Morris is an 88. So good from them all in all. Congrats to those drafted here in just a second. We didn't have anyone wanting to transfer, so that's also nice. Got some XP. And, yeah, taking a look at the draft, we have 4. Reyna, Priester, Morris, and Mancuso all going into the league. So that's always very, very nice. And, of course, looking at the recruiting at the moment, we're the #1 class in the nation. So take that as you will. We also have a couple 3-stars about to commit to. We'll just go ahead, add these guys in here. Rivero. And then this guy. We have 30 guys right now on the board. And, I mean, if we go any more over, unless there's like a 4 or a 5, couple 4-stars wanting to come here from... that's just all 4-stars. 2 guards and 2 centers. Might as well, right? Add some more 4-stars onto this group. We won't really need them, but they'll be there. I can add 80 points onto these guys. And recruiting is amazing. We'll add all these guys onto our board. I don't know if we'll get them all, but looks like we'll have the center. 1 center is a junior, so that's not terrible. And the other 3 are sophomores, so we should be getting most of these guys. That is the plan. We're going to have 34 people come in here, which is insane. But all in all, let's see if we can't get those guys, because we're putting in 80 points a week. We got the quarterback, even though we don't really need him. We're just trying to sign a lot of people. We also got Master Motivator unlocked. I think now everything is unlocked for this team, at least for the coach-wise. Yeah, with only 1 going after this guy, we'll just go Coach Prestige. We're #1 on all these guys, so it doesn't really matter. We're A+ in almost everything, including playing style and playing time. So that's going to be nice for the 2 transfers coming in. Hopefully that is still the case once we do sign them. We do get another right end. We get another right end. We get 1 of the left guards. We get a center. And that is that. We did lose a left guard. Really? We lost? Wow. Huh. We lost him to Penn State. But hey, I've said, we're not going to get everybody. I'm okay with not getting everybody. Oops. There we go. Still waiting on this guy to commit, but hopefully we can just schedule him a visit for this week and go championship contender. And add on 80 points, because that'll pretty much commit him this week. But after those, we still have the #1 class. And that'll be very, very nice. But it all depends on these next 2 weeks if we do fall. But I think we're going to get a top 10 class either way. So there is that. Whoops. I want top classes. There we go. But yeah, #1, USC's #2. We have 257 points. They have 250 with 5 5-stars, 16 4-stars, and 11 3-stars on the board. And yeah, I think we're going to get a top 10 recruiting class this year for that. So, oh yeah, my controller's batteries are low. Oops. But yeah, taking a look at National Signing Day, I won't go through everything here. But top classes, we do have the #1 recruiting class in the nation with plenty of good players coming in. A lot of 5 stars and a lot of good 4 stars as well. I actually do want to see if there's any like elite devs because I know we have a bunch of 4 and 5 stars. There's a star. There's an elite dev. Back-to-back stars. Anything else? Another star for a 4 star. Oh, back-to-back stars for 3 stars. That's kind of wild. Another star. And then, yeah, so a lot of good players in this recruiting class coming in. But now I'm going to go ahead, simulate to 2032, and we'll see if we get another top 10 recruiting class. In this next season, we don't win the Natty. We actually lose to NC State in the quarterfinals. But taking a look at the stats before we go on to the next season, Kyle Cooper, 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Not terrible. Rushing-wise, Conte had a 1,000-yard season with 14 touchdowns. Cooper also added 457 yards with 3 touchdowns. Barr, who was our freshman, 5 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. Nothing really too much to add there. Receiving-wise, we had 2 guys over 1,000 yards with Dom Edmond, the freshman, redshirt, and then Jamie Addington in his senior season with over 1,000 yards. And Ron Blunt, who was our sophomore, 879 receiving yards, 10 touchdowns. So 2 people with 10-plus touchdowns, which is very, very solid. Defensive-wise, we had a bunch of guys have exactly 66 tackles. Jack, Ragas, Betonio, and Winton all had 66 even tackles. Pride led the team with 10.5 sacks. He also led the team with tackles for a loss. We only had a couple picks. Kohler had 3, Tavia had 2, Schubert had 2, and then Hitchcock, Ragas, Winton, and Jack, and Wiggins each had an interception. We had a ton of tackles a ton of deflections. We forced a ton of fumbles. Betonio forced 4. We had a ton of fumble recoveries, 2, 4, 6. We had 8 recoveries as well. 1 safety, but no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise for Gerald Darby, who was a freshman walk-on, misses 6 field goals, but only misses 2 extra points. Did he have any block? He did have 2 extra points blocked, so that's why he missed the 2. But he had no field goals blocked. So that's, I guess, good news. So that is going to end the careers for Lyles, who had 1,600 rushing yards, 19 touchdowns. Conte, who had 1,000 yards this year with 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Addington over 2,300 yards in his senior season, or his 4-year career with us with 17 touchdowns. We still have Edmond. We still have Blunt. Manny now has 635 yards. Lyles added 550 through the air. Same thing with Conte with 257. Defensive-wise, Jack is officially a senior, one of our first ever players named in this dynasty. 297 tackles, 12 for a loss, 2 sacks, and 12 interceptions with 12 deflections. It's a very, very solid career with 2 defensive touchdowns as well to lead the team. Kicking-wise, we didn't have anyone there. So now we just got to figure out if we had a top 10 class to get our third. I did forget to update it once, but we did have a top 10 before. So now we're going to have, hopefully, even more. This guy wants to leave, but we're going to keep him here. Castaneda, can you stay? No, you're not, so you're leaving. We actually keep everybody, so that's nice. A lot of below 84s are going to be leaving us, which is fine. But Jack is going to be gone. He is not going to the NFL, which is kind of surprising. I mean, if we take a look, only 2 people, Conte and Winton, both make it both in the 6th round from our team. So unfortunately, no Jack going to the NFL, which is fine. But all in all, right now, I mean, we do have a top 25 or top 10 class at ranked number 1 with 4 5-stars and 18 4-stars. Granted, we only need to sign like a couple players, and we signed 22. There's that. I'm going to sign these 4 stars from the transfer portal, just to pretty much guarantee us that we're going to get a top 10 class with how many 4 stars we're going to have. After this, it's going to be only a couple more to go. Only 2. So if we can get that, we'll go over the stats of every season. This is going to be Kyle Cooper's final season with the team as well this next season. He led us to back-to-back national championships, one as a true freshman and then the one as a true sophomore. This junior year, we were 1 game short of going to the Natty, so that was just on simulation. So that's always nice, but hopefully we can sign these guys and get another top 10 class. We'll go ahead and just go until we sign these guys and then go to the final day just to see how many people we have. So I have 75, 80 points. I don't think, we got Ahmed, we got Brockle, we got Loudermilk. Did we lose the other guy? We did. We lost them to NC State. Wow, that's kind of wild. I mean, they did beat us in the semifinal game. But all in all, I mean, that's perfectly fine. Because we still have a number 1 recruiting class. So we could bet to have back-to-back number 1 overall recruiting classes. Let's just go ahead and sim to National Signing Day because that should say where we're at. And then this will be our 3rd season with it. And then we just need 2 more seasons with a top 10 recruiting class. And we got the number 1 recruiting class. So back-to-back number 1 recruiting classes. Very, very nice overall. So yeah, that's another end of season. I think this is like 7, maybe 8. I don't know. But all in all, it's another season that we get a top 10 recruiting class. That's what I'll be doing the rest of this video, is getting top 10 recruiting classes. So another season down. We're 3 down out of 5. It's down to 2 more. So another season in the books where this time we actually are national champions. We beat Georgia 24-20. So a very solid season there. Taking a look at the stats. Kyle Cooper, 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions on the season, which is kind of insane. Rushing-wise, he had 600 yards rushing with 7 touchdowns. Barr also had close to 600 with 9 touchdowns, and Ahmed 323 with 7. Receiving-wise, Edmond had the 1,000 yards. Blunt, Long, and Manny didn't have that many yards. I'm surprised Lobato didn't have any big gains either. But Edmond, 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, so congrats to him. Defensive-wise, Tobias led the team with tackles with 78. RJ led the team with 7 tackles for a loss. We had Brockle with 10 sacks. Weigert had the team lead with 3 interceptions. And we had a couple forced fumbles, a couple fumble recoveries, and we didn't have any safeties nor defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, we had 1 extra point blocked, and we did miss 6 field goals. Again, he is a walk-on, so I'm not too surprised with that. So with this season, this is officially the end of Kyle Cooper's career with the team. 18,450 yards, 180 touchdowns to 36 interceptions. Rushing-wise, he also had 2,000 yards on the ground for 23 touchdowns as well. So congrats to him. A very, very nice season. Ahmed will be leaving us after the 1 year from the transfer portal. But all in all, it now just depends on if we can get another top 10 class because we need this one and then 1 more, which I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, we did have like a top 5 at the last point that I saw. So I still think we will. We're going to get our Player of the Week awards, which is nice. Yeah, all in all, an end of season. Let's get on to who is leaving. See if anyone gets drafted. I don't think so. We're going to lose Lacoste. Yeah, that's fine. We actually do have a lot of people who get drafted. Jatavius, we got James and Batonio and Butcher. So no Kyle Cooper. That's kind of wild that he doesn't go into the league, which is, I'm pretty sure he might be drafted in like the 6th or 7th round. But I mean, he won the Heisman. Or he was 2nd in the Heisman this year. It's kind of wild. But all in all, top classes, we do have the number 2 ranked class behind Texas by only 4 points. So, we signed 5 5-stars, 16 4-stars. We did lose out on this free safety. That's unfortunate. But all in all, we're going to go after the number 1 middle linebacker for transferring, wants to come here. That's perfectly fine. We'll grab 2 more guys. I think that will be enough to pretty much get us where we need to be. I like how our athletic facilities, academic prestige, and campus lifestyle are down into the C's, even though we have won many national championships. And we're just not getting those upgraded, which is kind of weird, but I don't know how to upgrade those anyways. Pretty sure you can't even upgrade those. But yeah, we're a 4.5 star now after winning our 3rd national championship. Yeah, we can't upgrade that. We can't upgrade that, and it's just team prestige. Which we're a 4.5 star, so why is that not moving up, you know? Oh, I forgot to check the draft results. Oh, well, I don't know. We're going to say that he went in the 7th round. But all in all, we're going to go ahead, sim to National Signing Day, see if we do have a top 10 class again, which, again, after this one, we'll just need one more. And here it is. We have the number 2 ranked class at 255, with most transfers coming in as well. So, nice. So, again, one more to go. This will be the last time for this year overall. So let's go on to the next season. And in the final season here with Omaha, we go 8-5. Not a very great season, but taking a look at the stats, we actually had 2 quarterbacks. So I'm guessing, yeah, Tobin got hurt, so that we had to start McKillop. So that's probably why we actually were kind of not great this season. But 16-2 and early starts was great. Other than that, not really so much. Wells had 946 yards on the ground with 13 touchdowns in his senior season. Receiving-wise, Blunt had over 1,000 yards with 12 touchdowns. Defensive-wise, she led the team with tackles. We only had a guy with 9 sacks. Not very many interceptions, so the defense wasn't getting turnovers. We had a couple forced fumbles and a couple recoveries, and we had 1 defensive safety and then no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, I mean, he only missed 2 field goals and 1 extra point, and it was blocked. So there is all that. So now we need to make sure that we find a way. Also, Texas beat Akron in the national championship, which is weird to say Akron is in the national championship. But taking a look at players leaving, do we see anybody? We do. Let's see if Enrique Long. Oh, he wants to stay, and then Tap's going to stay. He's guaranteed to stay. And then this guy will be, he will be staying. Okay, that's nice. So we do keep one of our 90 overalls. We do have 2 more being projected to get drafted as well. So that's always very, very nice to see. And then last but not least, it is about to be time to make sure we have another top 10 class. Which we right now have number 6. We have a bunch of 3 stars about to commit anyways. So I think we lost one of our coordinators because we used to put like 75, 80 into these guys, but now we can only put like 75, 70, and 50 for kickers and punters. So yeah, it looks like we did lose out on one of our coordinators, which is fine. It's the last season anyways here with the Omaha Orbits. I just want to say thank you for everyone who has gotten this far with this team. Who's watched all the videos. If you guys have seen all of them, just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart that you guys, are just awesome for going along with this series. Going from the teams that were barely winning games, no wins for the first 3 seasons because we didn't have a team pretty much. After that, it's been an honor to have this series be on this channel and for you guys to watch and to enjoy this 0 overall Dynasty, which will be coming back for College Football 26. If that does come out, I'm pretty sure it's almost guaranteed to come out after the success this game has had this year. So, I'm highly expecting CFB 26, probably before GTA 6, who knows. But all in all, we're going to simulate the National Signing Day because I'm pretty sure we'll get even some of those guys in the transfer portal. This will be the last season either way, even if we don't get the top 25 or top 10 class, which I'm pretty sure we do because we signed a ton of 5-star players. And National Signing Day. And we did sign the number 1 class again. I don't know how we jumped way up there, even though we only signed, I mean, we did sign 11 5-stars, but we were down to like 8. But yeah, so, I mean, we get a ton of good guys, so, I mean, we'll take it, so. But all in all, a great season all the way around. Unfortunately, you know, not a season we want to hang our hats on 8-5, but 3 national champions, many top 10 classes, 3 Heisman winners, and all in all, again, thank you guys so much for the support on these videos from the to the channel as well. And yeah, this is the final episode, so hope you guys do enjoy. Ball State will still be going on until we win an Addy over there. So those will be still Tuesday, Thursdays. So tomorrow, you guys will see as Ball State Dynasty, which I believe is the second round of the bowl games. So honestly, we might have a finale over there here pretty soon too, because that will end once we win a national championship. Winning a night with every team will still now be on Mondays and Wednesdays after this Monday. So you'll see 2 episodes a week, especially with what next week is round 3. So it's the semifinal games, I'm pretty sure. Because we just had the quarterfinals. So we should have semifinal games coming out this week. This week. So next week will be the national championship, which honestly we might see Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday, so I can get those games out and going for that national championship week. We'll have 4 episodes. So not next week, but the week after we'll have 4 episodes of Winning a Night with every team. And yeah, we'll go from there. So hope you guys did enjoy the finale of Omaha Orbits and the Zoo Overall Dynasty. Hope you guys really enjoyed this series as much as I did. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm out. Peace.